Mazda's new inline-6 engine could be taken out of Volvo's playbook. This is incredible. We're over at CarBuzz. Mazda working on high-tech twin charged engine. The power plant has both supercharging and turbocharging. The only other manufacturer that I can think of, especially that I test and talk about on the channel, is Volvo. They've been using this for quite a few years now, and their 2-liter supercharged and turbocharged engine. But what's interesting here is that this is saying that it's not exclusive to the gasoline, but it can also be used for the diesel. So if that's the case, it's likely that this is also affecting Mazda's Skyactiv X engines. What even gives more of a clue that's using Skyactiv X is an electric supercharger, which all Skyactiv X engines use. And just to get you up to speed, Skyactiv X is not here in the United States quite yet. It is very similar to diesel as it has combustion ignition. No other manufacturer has been able to bring this sort of technology to the market other than Mazda. It's available in other parts of the world, just not here yet. But they haven't given us this technology with the turbocharger yet. So what does this do? Well, watch my review on the XC90 that I drove. That's going to give you a better idea. But it's very interesting. If it works like the Volvo, what happens is that the supercharger helps the torque and the power right off the line. And as the revs build, it kind of switches over to the turbocharger at which time a sufficient boost is built up. And so you'd never really have a lag or turbo lag like you do in traditional vehicles. So it's possible that if you have a supercharger, you can put a bigger, fatter turbo on there to push even more air. And they're saying that's also, this sort of technology, the way they're designing it, is going to be better for emissions. So obviously that's important as we go forward. So to get an idea of what's going on here, we can take a look at what Volvo has. Yes, I have a Volvo spreadsheet. T6 engine, which is also in their T8, but it has 316 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. Now, if Mazda is going to use this as a Skyactiv X technology, it's hard to say what kind of power they'd be able to get from it. But if we're just able to add an additional liter to what we see here, the power numbers are out of this world for the 3-liter inline-6. A direct linear comparison from the Volvo 2-liter 4-cylinder with Mazda's inline-6 would be 474 horsepower and 442 pound-feet of torque. I don't expect that much power and torque coming out of this inline-6, but I guess it's possible. We would see this in the new Mazda 6 or 60 is what I'm hearing lately. The CX-50 and the CX-90, their large platform rear-wheel drive, and whatever their next sport car is going to be. Now, does this mean this engine is absolutely coming out for Mazda? No, it's just a patent. And if you guys remember a while back, we got really excited over Lexus's twin-turbo V8 patent. Doesn't mean that engine's coming. In fact, I have zero hope that engine's coming. This, though, I have a little bit more hope in it coming because Mazda's always pushing the envelope, always trying something new when it comes to their engines. So this seems to be the next logical step to get more power, more efficiency, and lower their emissions with their Skyactiv X engines. Mazda's kind of alluded to this sort of technology before. They've mentioned that having the inline-6 and having the additional engine bay space next to the inline-6, they're able to fit in the devices they need to reduce emissions. And the cool thing is that more than likely we're going to see these Mazdas with these inline-6s, whether it's diesel or gasoline, with really long hoods. And that's something a lot of manufacturers aren't doing anymore, largely because the engines are transverse instead of longitudinal. So cannot wait to see what Mazda has around the corner. What do you think? Do you think they're going to give the Skyactiv X a turbocharger as well? Compression ignition, using a play out of Volvo's playbook and giving us well over 450 horsepower and well over 400 pound-feet of torque. Anything's possible. Mazda could definitely do it. And yes, they have other engine options coming. Here's their Skyactiv diesel, which I didn't run the numbers if they were to supercharge that as well, but it's possible. And then we also have some other options here that make a lot of sense for them going forward, like the fantastic 2.5-liter Skyactiv G Turbo that's currently in the CX-30 Turbo that I have in the garage right now for review. And it's the 2-liter Skyactiv X we don't have here yet in the United States, but it's probably going to come eventually. If you guys really want to drool, imagine any of these inline sixes inside the MX-5. I know the weight and the pure balance of the vehicle would change, but that would be pretty cool. People drop V8s in the Miatas all the time. But I just wanted to share this with you guys. If you enjoyed it, smash the like button, subscribe for more Mazda news updates like this and reviews. Remember, I got that CX-30 turbo all-wheel drive in the garage. I'm going to review it after this video, but I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.